somewhere?
Yes, sir.
All right. So is it fair to say that that kind of ticked you off a little bit?
Yes, sir. And if he would have just been a man and wiped the damn window off, then it would have stopped a lot of aggression. But the threatening was what really started the aggression.
It would have stopped a lot of aggression on your part, right?
No, his part.
Okay. Well, you said that you had grabbed the bat before you asked him to wipe the spit off.
No, I did not grab the bat before. I did not say that.
Well, then when he refused, then you
Yes,
got
sir. I
more
took the bat from my
aggressive
friend.
and took the bat from Cameron.
Yes.
Now, Cameron was in the store with you as well.
No, he was not.
No, he didn't go into the store at all
No,
with
he
you.
was in the parking lot.
Okay. The entire time?
He might have went in. Like I said, I do not recall exactly.
Okay. So you don't know if Cameron saw him spit on your car or not?
Yes, I do know.
Because of what Cameron told you?
Yes.
Okay. But personally, you don't have any personal knowledge that Cameron knows that he spit on your car?
No, but I trust my friend.
And you trust your friend to the point where your friend already has a bat
Yes, sir.
out. And what's he doing with the bat?
Trying to get him to clean my window off because what kind of sane human being spits a bloody loogie on someone's window?
And you thought that was appropriate?
I don't know what's appropriate because that's not my say-so.
Would you consider a bat?
Welcome to Team Tigio Court TV, where we upload videos every single day. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and share our videos.
All right, this is the state's motion. Mr. Brooks, are you ready? All right, you wish to put on proof or you want to make an opening statement? All right, call your first witness. If you will raise your right hand and be placed under oath. We'll pull that microphone toward you. There you go. Thank you.
Can you please state your name for the record?
Douglas Carl Jr. Weaver.
And Mr. Weaver, do you know a Cody Ragsdale?
Yes, sir, I do.
How do you know Mr. Ragsdale?
From an incident that occurred at the gas station and pursued to my house that evening. I don't recall the exact date.
All right. Would that have been on October 20th, 2024?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What exactly happened at the gas station?
I went into the gas station around 6 o'clock. Not 6 o'clock. I got off work around 4 o'clock, and I got to the gas station somewhere around there. I don't remember the exact time. I got a 12-pack of beer. I went out to the car, and my buddy's sitting out there screaming and yelling at some dude with a bat in his hand because the guy just spit on my window and got back in his car.
The question is, your objection is on what basis? Hearsay?
There's a DNA swab.
When there's an objection, sir, just be quiet until I can make a ruling on it.
I have no objection. I mean,
All right, we'll sustain the objection.
Can you testify to what you saw?
When I came out to the parking lot, I saw my friend yelling at him, and he was in the driver's seat of the car laughing and pointing at the car and saying he wasn't going to clean it up. He wasn't going to clean it up.
Okay. And did you ever see what what Cody was referring to?
It was a gigantic loogie that had blood in it on my window of my car.
All right, and that's something you actually laid eyes on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and he was saying, I'm not going to clean it up.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not going to clean it up. Okay. Do you see that person here in the courtroom today?
Yes, sir.
Where is he sitting and what is he wearing?
Right there, wearing a red Hollister sweater.
Right. And after that, what did you do?
I proceeded to grab the bat from my friend and tell him to please clean it off the window, and I had no problem. I didn't know who he was, and I just had no clue why he spit on my window, and he refused, and then told me that he knows who I am and that I robbed him, and pretty much that he wasn't going to clean nothing up, and then he grabbed some thing out of the door of his car and went to go get out of the car with it and was pretty much telling me he wasn't going to do nothing, and that started calling me B-word and cussing at me, telling me that I robbed him a couple years ago and that he's not cleaning nothing up and that he knows me, knows where I live and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Did he make any other type of threats at the gas station?
No, sir. He just told me he knows where I live and that he's got something for me, is what he said.
Okay. And what did you do after this? How did this end at the gas station?
He went to step out of the vehicle with what I assumed to be a screwdriver or something like that. And I swung my bat at his vehicle, and then I got in my car and went to go leave. And he followed me almost all the way to my house and then turned around. And I don't know where he went from there. But I got home. I told my dad what happened. I was sitting there. I opened up a beer, started drinking it. My buddy that went to work with me had left. And 20 minutes go by, a car pulls into my driveway, and my brother and his girlfriend are outside painting pumpkins. And they tell me there's a car coming down the driveway and there's people getting out of it. And then 5 seconds later, you just start hearing gunshots going off.
Okay. And where were you when the gunshots started?
I
going
was
off?
sitting on my couch at first, and then as soon as they told me somebody was in the driveway, I ran out to the porch to see what was happening because I already figured pretty much what was happening.
Had you had made it outside before you heard the first gunshot?
No, sir.
Okay. So while you're still in the house, you hear what you think at the time was a gunshot?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what time of day is it when this is occurring?
It was right before it got dark. I don't remember the exact time. It was around 4 something. It might have been a little later than that. I don't recall exactly.
Because this happened in the fall, you said October.
Yes, sir. Right when it was about to get dark. It was like 30 minutes before it got dark or something like that.
Okay, so there's still light out.
Yes, sir.
And what does the makeup of your yard look like? Is it treeless?
There is some trees, but I can see in the fall, because there's no leaves, all the way down to my drive. I can see all the mailboxes next to me and everything down the hill.
But when you exit your house, what are you able to make out?
I see the truck that I seen at the gas station at the bottom of my hill, and there was 2 guys standing there shooting. And after that, my dad went and started running down there with his firearm, and I just tried to get my son and my wife and everybody to the back of the house to get them away from it because I didn't know what was really going to happen. If they were going to run up my hill or something like that, I was scared.
Okay. Were you able to make out any individuals?
I couldn't make out individual faces. I just remember seeing the truck that was at the gas station. It was a very easy to remember. That was the same truck because it was a crappy paint job and had a busted mirror on it.
Right. And you said you weren't able to make out the people. Did you see where they were at?
They were,
Like where the shots were coming from?
yeah, they were about 20 feet behind my gate, like into the driveway where they pulled all the way in, and I could see them standing at the back of the truck.
I think you just said what he's able to see, Judge. That's the
I think
question.
the question is, what was he able to see? And he's explaining what he could see. He said he couldn't see the faces of the people, but he's now describing what he saw. Overruled.
So I seen them standing at the back of the truck, and that's when I told my wife, run to the backyard, because we live in a mobile home, and they're not really going to stop bullets. So I was just wondering, how are we going to get them away from all this? Because I thought they were going to try to like force their way up the driveway or something. And that's the only thing I was trying to do at that time, was save my family from getting hurt.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, were you able to make out with your own eyes how many people, like any other descriptors aside from, you can't make them out particularly, but were you able to make out any descriptors of the people?
I seen a tall gentleman, and he was wearing a black hoodie or something around there. I have no clue who it was, and he was holding a long rifle. It looked like, I couldn't tell anything else with that. And then I seen him, I was assuming somebody on the other side of the car, I don't know who it was, and they were holding what appeared to be a pistol, because like I said, you could see directly into the bottom of my driveway. There wasn't any trees or anything blocking the view. And after that, my dad was running down the driveway, and they started to get in their car and try to leave.
Were you able to make out male or female?
I couldn't tell if it was a male or female, but I've never met a woman that big.
Okay. All right. So one tall individual with a long gun, one other individual with what appeared to be a handgun from your vantage point. About how many shots at that time? Like, how long did this last?
It seemed like it lasted for a long time, but I know it didn't. And it felt like they were just shooting and shooting. But To me, I thought it was around 30 shells. I don't know what was ended up being collected or anything like that, but that's what it sounded like to me because you could tell they emptied everything they had in their gun before they left.
Okay. All right. And where were you when it's like when the shot stopped?
I was running back to the front of the house trying to see where my dad was because last time I seen him, he was running down the driveway, and that's when they were already peeling out of the driveway.
So had you had an opportunity at that point to get your family to safety?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where were they at?
I put them in the backyard. We have a shed back there, and I stuck them behind it.
Okay. And who was all on scene at the shooting?
My wife, my brother, his girlfriend, my son, my mom, and my dad.
And who was all in the house at the time when this started?
My mom, my wife, my baby, and me.
And where were the people outside when you exited the house? Where did you see your family and friends outside?
My brother and my sister-in-law were sitting on a picnic table that's right in front of our front porch, right in front of the driveway, and they took off running to see a gunshot and really in the car pulling up, and it was 5-6 feet away from where they were sitting, where one of the bullets were recovered.
Okay. And then, was there any damage to any property?
There is a gunshot hole in the side of my trailer that penetrated through my dad's bathroom and then went through my dog's cage while he was sleeping in it and hit the gun safe that he has in there.
Okay. I guess was that bullet recovered?
Yes, sir.
Was anybody injured?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you have another incident occur with Mr. Ragsdale?
Yes, sir.
All right. Would that have been on in February of this year?
Yes, sir.
All right. What happened? Where did this incident happen?
It happened at Thunder Alley, the bowling alley.
Okay. And going back, your house, where is that located?
It is approximately 20 minutes from the bowling alley.
Okay. And that's where
Mr.
this.
Brooks, did I understand you to say it was February of this year?
Yes, sir.
But since February hasn't arrived in 2026.
I'm sorry. Just
wanted to
February
clarify for the
2025. Yeah. Thank you, Judge.
If we
My calendar hasn't switched yet.
were time jumping or something.
Yes,
so-
sir. No, my internal calendar has not reset yet, apparently.
Got you, okay.
So February 2025. Okay. The shooting, what was the address of this shooting?
1454 South Bear Creek Road.
All right. Is that located here in Dixon County?
Yes, sir. It's on the Dixon County Bonacqua line.
Okay. Now, where did this next incident happen in February last year?
It happened in the Thunder Alley, the bowling alley in Dixon.
Okay, that's located here in Dixon County?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What happened at Thunder Alley?
I was bowling with my friends all night long, and then some lady came to my table and started asking questions about me and asking if I was DJ and all these weird questions. And I pretty much talked to her for a minute and then told her I didn't want to talk to her anymore. And an hour maybe goes by, and I get up and went to go do my last bowl because we're about to leave. And I saw Mr. Ragsdale walking towards the snack bar because he was heading towards the door. And when he looked at me, he put his finger up and then said something to me. So I said, I have a restraining order against you. You're not supposed to be here. You need to leave. And then he starts cussing me out and just saying all sorts of weird stuff and tells me again with the lady I'm with that that he knows where we live and that he's not done pretty much with us. And when he was going to the door, he stopped and turned around and pulled his shirt up, showing he had a gun in his hip, and then started air humping, like thrusting the air.
Okay. And when he displayed his firearm, how did that make you feel?
It made me scared that he was going to wait for me to leave the bowling alley and then try to shoot me.
The person that displayed his firearm to you that made the humping motions in the air, do you see that person here in the courtroom today?
Yes, sir.
Where is he sitting? What is he wearing?
He's sitting right there, and he's wearing the red Hollister sweater.
Okay. Was somebody with you that day?
I was with 3 friends.
Okay. And who was anybody standing near you when he displayed his firearm to you?
Yes, sir.
And what I mean, You kind of gave a paraphrase of what he was saying. Do you know any specifics of what he was saying that day?
I think he was drunk, so he wasn't making very much sense to me, and I really didn't understand what he was saying, but I don't know for sure. And he was pretty much threatening the woman that was with me more than me that time, because she was getting in his face and telling him, you need to leave, you need to leave. And he was making more threats towards her, saying that he's not the one, that he'll get something for the same thing he said to me at the gas station.
Okay. So, you said you seemed drunk. What do you mean by that?
He was pretty much stumbling around and slurring his speech when he was talking to me. And then based off of the humping the air in the middle of a wheelchair ramp, I'm assuming that might be a part of that, unless it's just mental error.
Did that end your interaction with Mr. Ragsdale that day?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what time of day was that at the
It
Thunder Alley?
was 8 or 9, somewhere around 8 or 9 at night, because we were about to go to Applebee's.
All right. And that incident several months after the alleged shooting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all I have in this witness, Judge.
Leon, you have questions?
You said that your name is Douglas Weaver Jr., is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct? But Douglas Weaver Sr. also lives in.
Yes, sir.
And that is your home, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so you testified that you did not know Mr. Ragsdale and never seen him before.
Not to my knowledge.
And how was it that you were able to provide the name of Mr. Ragsdale to the detective in this case?
The picture we had at the gas station, we showed it to a lot of people, and we showed it to the friend that was with me at the gas station's wife, and she had rode the bus with Mr. Ragsdale for a couple years.
Okay, so you talked to, who is that person? Who did you talk to and gave you the name of Mr. Ragsdale?
Gannett, so I don't know her last name, but it was the picture that I had from the gas station I showed, and she said that is definitely him.
Okay, when did you get that picture from the gas station?
I do not remember the exact day that we went and got the picture. I think it was the day after the shooting.
Were you with the detectives in that?
No,
Were you with the detectives when they reviewed the footage?
no, sir.
You have talked to the detectives and law enforcement on many occasions in this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and approximately how many times do you think you've talked to a law enforcement officer regarding this?
3, 4.
Okay, and do you recall when you actually told them that you knew the identity?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and how was it that you knew that where Mr. Ragsdale lived?
Because he rode the bus with my neighbor.
What's your neighbor's name?
Gannett, I don't know her last name. She's Spanish.
How long have you lived there?
I've lived at my house for 11 years.
Okay, and how long does Lynette live there?
Probably 10.
Okay. And you don't know her name?
I don't know her last name. I'm not Spanish, sir.
All right. You know it, and you're just not answering the
Alzer
question.
Perez, you want me to spell it out for you? I don't know how to do that either.
And so you just started conducting this independent investigation based on what was your description of the person?
Yes, sir. Based off the fact that I had a picture of his tattoo on his forearm, and then he has the tattoo on his forearm,
Okay.
kind of made the dots connect.
Okay. And you're saying that she happened to know Mr. Ragsdale, recognized the tattoo, and told you where he lived?
No, she did not recognize the tattoo. She recognized his face.
Okay. I just wanted to be clear. You said that at no point did you see Mr. Ragsdale or was able to identify Mr. Ragsdale at your residence the night that it.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Because you were in the house when the shooting started, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I was sitting on the couch right
Okay.
next to the front door.
And when the shooting started, you were, I guess you have a son. Did you tell me you're a son?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you took the son and everybody that was in the house,
Yes, sir.
and you got them out of the house back behind a shed. And by that point, had the shooting stopped?
It was still going while they were running, but when I got back around to the front of the house, it had stopped.
All right. So you were running to the front of the house, and that is when you saw, that's when you said you were able to identify Mr. Ragsdale truck,
Yes, sir.
or the truck that you had seen earlier at the gas station.
Yes, sir.
You were able to see that truck leaving the premises?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you say how far they had backed into the driveway?
It was after my gate, which is about maybe 25, 30 feet, they backed in another 20 feet. So it's approximately 50, 60 feet into my driveway.
Okay. So it's about a third of the way up the driveway?
No,
No?
no, my driveway is very long.
Oh, is it?
It wraps around a big hill right there, but you can see all the way down the side of it. It's just a little plot of land right there.
I guess as the bird flies, how far from where the truck, the maximum it entered into your property, how far was that from, say, the front of your trailer?
No, 75 feet, maybe 70 feet.
Okay. And I haven't been out there, but I'm visualizing, are there a lot of, is it open front yard, or are there trees in the front yard?
There is trees.
Lots of trees?
Nah.
No? Is it enough trees that where you don't have to cut the yard?
We don't usually cut the trees or the yard.
Okay, because the grass just doesn't grow under the amount of shade that it gets.
No, because
No.
it's in the woods.
It's in the woods. Okay, so you would then agree there's a lot of trees there, right?
I guess.
Okay. How many would you estimate, how many trees you have in your front yard?
10.
10, okay. Now, let me take you back to the gas station. At no point did Mr. Ragsdale get out of his truck?
No, sir.
Once you were outside? You don't know if he got out before?
No,
why
I
you-
know he got out before.
Well, you were in the store, right?
Yes, sir.
You didn't see him get to the store?
No, I seen the passenger of the vehicle come out of the store.
Okay, all right. But Mr. Ragsdale, you never saw him outside the truck?
No, sir.
And you asked him to go clean up spit on the driver's side
Yes, sir.
window of your vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And he said that he wasn't going to do it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You actually went and got some paper towels from somewhere?
Yes, sir.
All right. So is it fair to say that kind of ticked you off a little bit?
Yes, sir. And if he would have just been a man and wiped the damn window off, then it would have stopped a lot of aggression. But the threatening was what really started the aggression.
It would have stopped a lot of aggression on your part, right?
No, his part.
Okay. Well, you said that you had grabbed the bat before you asked him to wipe the spit off.
No, I did not grab the bat before. I did not
Okay.
say that.
Well, then when he refused, then you
Yes,
got
sir, I
more
took the bat from my
aggressive
friend.
and took the bat from Cameron.
Yes.
Now, Cameron was in the store with you as well.
No, he was not.
No, he didn't go into the store at all
No,
with
he
you.
was in the parking lot.
Okay. The entire time?
He might have went in, like I said, I do not recall exactly.
Okay. So you don't know if Cameron saw him spit on your car or not
Yes, I do know.
because of what Cameron told you?
Yes.
But personally, you don't have any personal knowledge that Cameron knows that he spit on your car.
No, but I trust my friend.
And you trust your friend to the point where your friend already has a bat
Yes, sir.
out. And what's he doing with the bat?
Trying to get him to clean my window off because what kind of sane human being spits a bloody loogie on someone's window?
And you thought that was appropriate.
I don't know what's appropriate because that's not my say-so.
Would you consider a bat a deadly weapon?
Yes.
Okay. And how do you get someone to clean spit off your window with a bat?
I asked him to clean it off, and then he pulled his little shiv out, and that's when I started to use the bat as telling him, hey, you're not going to get out of that car and try to stab me, sir.
Well, no, the question was, you were trying to force him. Cameron was trying to force him, and then you were trying to force him to clean spit off your window, correct?
Yes, after he assaulted my vehicle and vandalized it. Yes, I did.
Okay. He assaulted your vehicle.
And vandalized it. Yes, he did. He spit on my vehicle, and that is disgusting, and I don't know what diseases he may carry.
Were you
And-
going to use the bat?
No.
Okay. But you did use the bat.
After he tried to get out of the car.
And vandalized his vehicle.
After he spit on my car, yes.
No, it was after you took.
After he, yes, I
took the
said
bat
yes,
into
after
your
he
hand.
tried to get out of my
Wait,
car.
hold on just a second. Wait till he finishes asking his question before you begin answering it, and you will let him finish his answer before you ask the next
Yes,
question.
sir.
And this is somebody you don't know at all, never met him before in your life.
Not to my knowledge
All
for
right.
the fifth time.
Do you have a bunch of run-ins with complete strangers like that?
No, sir.
No? You don't have any kind of record of assault or anything like that?
No, sir.
All right. And so I guess back to the question, you were gonna threaten or intimidate him
Yes.
with this bat so that he would get out and clean spit off your window?
Yes.
Okay. And in doing so, you struck his vehicle.
Yes.
And knocked the mirror off the driver's side door.
Yes.
The same door that he's sitting beside
Yes.
in the driver's seat. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you said that you hit the mirror because he actually pulled a knife out of his pocket.
No, I did not.
No, okay. What did you say?
I said that he pulled something that appeared to be a screwdriver out of his pocket.
Screwdriver.
That's what it appeared to be.
Now that's pretty important. Did you tell the
That is what is wrote down in the report.
Did you tell the police the screwdriver?
Yes, that is what is wrote down in the report.
Okay. Have you written your own report?
When I wrote my statement, I said what looked like a screwdriver, and he was using it as a knife, trying to use it as a knife, holding it in his hand like this.
Okay. And sitting in his.
Yes, he made sure to wait until I got out to the parking lot before he left because he wanted to see me looking at the spit on my window.
Okay. So wrapping that up, he still never got out of the truck, did he?
No, sir.
This entire incident, and you get in your vehicle and leave.
Yes, sir.
And Cameron gets in on the passenger side.
No, he was in his own vehicle.
Oh, he was driving.
Yes, sir.
Your vehicle.
No, he was driving his own vehicle, as I just said.
Okay, so he didn't ride to the store with you.
No, sir. He followed me.
Okay. And you've been drinking?
No, sir. I just got off a 12-hour shift.
You say you started drinking once you got home.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the night of the bowling alley, were you drinking that night?
Maybe 2 beers by 4 hours.
And you were with your son?
No.
No? You said the female that you were with.
Yes.
Okay, was that a girlfriend?
No, sir.
Okay. Just a friend.
Yes, sir.
And who else were you with?
2 of my other friends that I go bowling with every Thursday.
Okay, what are their names?
Logan Work and Wade Lepowski.
And what is your friend that's a girl, what was her name?
Jennifer Fisher.
And you said that Mr. Ragsdale was with a girl.
He was with a few people. I don't recall who any of them were.
And you know how many people he was with?
Maybe 4, 3, I don't know.
Okay. And one of those was a girl, correct?
Yes, sir.
Or at least one was a girl.
Yes, sir.
And that girl came over and wanted to talk to you.
Yes, sir. She started initiating a contact with the other female and then started talking to me, asking me what my name was.
Okay. And she didn't, well, I'll withdraw that question. You didn't know if Mr. Ragsdale had sent her over there to talk to you?
No, sir. At that point, I didn't even know Mr. Ragsdale was in the bowling alley until I had went up to go bowl and he was leaving.
Okay. And you said y'all were almost getting ready to leave. You're
Yes, sir.
finishing up.
Yes, sir.
And I wanted to make sure I heard you correctly. Where did the only time that you said you saw a gun at the bowling alley
Yes, sir.
in Mr. Ragsdale's possession was when he was leaving and he lifted up his shirt?
Yes, sir. And then he started thrusting the air repeatedly for about 20 seconds.
Sometimes you talk a little fast for me. He was leaving and what?
He started thrusting the air for about 20 seconds with his shirt pulled up, and he just stood in the same spot in the wheelchair ramp.
He was doing what with the air? I'm sorry.
He was dry humping the air. Like he was pretty much telling me he was saying F me.
Like this?
No, like he was getting down on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Must be a new term.
Yeah.
So would you call that like some kind of sexual innuendo?
I don't know what it is. It was very disturbing and it made me scared because I was about to leave the bowling alley and I didn't want him to sit out there and wait on me to leave and try to do something outside in the parking lot. So I immediately called the police.
Okay. And you're saying with him doing that and making some kind of thrusting movements with his hip, you were able to see a gun?
Yes, sir. He made it very clear to show the gun.
Okay. And were you able to describe the gun?
It looked like a black handgun from what I could see. It was just the back of it hanging out, a little bit of it.
Okay. Did you have a gun?
No, sir.
At your house?
I did not.
Okay. And when he was making these thrusting, that's the only time he indicated, or that's the only time you could see him with the gun.
Yes, sir.
He didn't pull it out, he didn't touch it.
He had his hand on it when he was thrusting. He pulled his shirt up and held it up with his arms like this, and then had his hands on his hips.
Okay. Is that because his pants are baggy? Or?
Probably because he doesn't know how to wear a belt.
Okay. Just a couple more questions. You said you had a restraining order against him?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When did you take out a restraining order?
It was maybe a week after the shooting had occurred. Actually, I'm pretty sure the detective helped me make sure the restraining order was filed, and we had somebody that was supposed to be watching over my house for a day or two to make sure he didn't come back.
Right. This is the very first time you've ever testified in any of this,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
You didn't testify at any kind of restraining order hearing or anything like that?
No, sir.
And you went back and looked at the video at the market. Did you go back and look at the video at the bowling alley?
No, sir, I did not.
Okay. That's because you said you already knew who the perpetrator was.
Yes, sir. And I
Okay.
called the police, and I figured they would handle everything from there.
Okay. And the girl that was with you,
Yes,
not
sir.
your girl, not a girlfriend,
No,
but
sir.
the girl that was with you that bowled with you that night, correct?
Yes, sir.
And had she been drinking?
She had one beer. She was driving that night, so she wasn't really drinking.
Okay, but you were drinking.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, were you intoxicated?
No, sir.
No. All right. She was so intimidated that she followed Mr. Ragsdale out of the bowling alley, didn't she?
No, she was telling him to leave because he was taunting me, and she knew that she didn't want me having any interaction with him at all because of the already pending case.
Oh, or are people able to tell you, hey, calm down?
Yeah, I was more or less scared than I was upset. I wasn't very angry or anything. I was actually scared for my life because I didn't want to leave and then him try to do something to me in the parking lot. That was the only fear I had.
It seems like you, instead of backing down or letting it slide or reporting it to the police, it seems like you react physically. Is that fair to say?
I did not at the bowling alley.
You did not do that at the bowling alley?
No, sir.
Okay. You got kind of upset the last time we were in court and came out and said some pretty
When
aggressive
Cody
stuff.
looked at me dead in my eyes, yes, I did get a little upset. And I think it is a little disrespectful to have the victim walking out to the parking lot with a man who just shot up his house. Would you
Well-
guys do that with a rape victim?
We were already outside, correct?
Yes.
And you saw us outside.
And then Cody turned around and made eye contact with me.
And we were well down the sidewalk when you made
No,
sure
you
that
guys
you
were,
walked
like,
within
right in
feet of
front of
us.
the
One
door.
at a
officer.
time, please. Wait for him to finish his question before you begin answering.
We were 40, 50 feet from the front door, and you walked within feet of us and said something to him first. Did you
You
not?
guys were in the sidewalk on the way to my vehicle. Standing in the sidewalk on the way to my vehicle.
All right. You knew that we were trying to avoid you, right?
No, it made it seem like you were just standing on the sidewalk in the middle of, in the front of the building.
No, we tried to avoid you up here inside the courthouse and inside the courtroom.
I did not see Cody that day because when I came in here, I was told I had to leave the courtroom because there was no room.
Okay. No further questions.
Mr. Brooks, you have a redirect. Thank you, sir. Mr. Weaver, you may sit down, have a seat in the courtroom. You may call your next witness. Step up, please. Come around, raise your right hand, be placed under oath. You have a seat.
You please state your name for the record?
Officer Joel Moss, City of Aaron Police Department.
Okay. Where were you employed on or about February 13th, 2025?
As a police officer with the City of Dixon Police Department.
Okay. Did you have an occasion on that date to respond to Thunder Alley?
Yes, sir.
Is that located here in Dixon County?
Yes, sir.
What brought you to Thunder Alley?
We were dispatched to a possible aggravated assault.
Okay. And what was your participation in that investigation?
As the initial officer and the investigating officer for that assault.
Okay. And where did you initially go as part of your investigation?
I responded to Thunder Alley. I made contact with the victims. I'd have to glance up my affidavit to get their exact names, but I made contact with the victims and also witnesses, got their statements, got the suspect information to include his vehicle information, put out the information over the radio for be on the lookout for on his vehicle, so that way the other officers could start looking for his vehicle. Then I left Thunder Alley and we started searching for the suspect's vehicle.
And were you able to eventually make contact with the suspect?
Yes, we were. And officers initiated a felony traffic stop at close to Highway 46 and the interstate. And we placed Mr. Ragsdale in custody.
You say Mr. Ragsdale. Do you see, are you referring to Cody Ragsdale?
Yes, sir.
Do you see that person here in the courtroom?
Yes, sir.
Can you describe where he's sitting and what he's wearing?
He's wearing a red shirt, sitting next to the defense attorney.
And when you first make contact with Mr. Ragsdale, does he make any statements?
He had made a spontaneous utterance to Officer Hagewood, advising that this was in relation to Thunder Alley. We had also located a semi-automatic handgun on his person.
So before questions ever asked, he said, "Is this about Thunder Alley?"
Yes, sir.
Okay. You said a handgun was found. Where was that located?
In his jacket pocket.
Okay. And can you describe that handgun?
It was a semi-automatic pistol. I would have to glance at my affidavit to get the exact model number due to the length of time since then, but I remember it was a semi-automatic pistol.
Okay. And did he give you any issues as he's been taken into custody?
Yes, sir. He refused to get in the back of the patrol car when I tried to place him in it, and we eventually had to utilize my OC spray him with it, then get him in the back of the car, and he continued to cuss us out. Had to push him into the back of the car forcibly to get him into the back of my patrol car because he did not want to get into it.
So how did he resist?
He kicked at the door and was pushing on the seat, refusing to get into the car.
Okay. Did he make any other statements in regards to the incident at Thunder Alley?
I do not recall.
Okay. Did you make any other observations about Mr. Ragsdale at the traffic stop?
As I recall, he was under the influence of, I'd have to double check my affidavit, but
Would you like to refresh your memory?
Yes, sir.
Judge, may I pass up his warrant?
You may.
Take your time, officer. Were you able to refresh your recollection?
yes, sir.
When you say you think he was intoxicated, like, I guess what led you to believe that was potential?
He smelled of the odor of marijuana.
Okay. And I'll ask the question, like, did y'all do any field sobriety task or anything of that nature?
No, sir.
Okay. Is there any reason why y'all didn't y'all didn't pursue a DUI investigation?
I didn't see him driving, so
Okay, so
Yeah.
that would have been another officer to pursue that if that was the case?
yes, sir.
Okay. That's all I have this witness, Judge.
McGowan, you have questions?
So I take that, you weren't the officer that stopped the vehicle, correct?
No, sir. I responded as the backup officer.
Okay, but, and I guess that response to the stop of that vehicle, you know about how much longer that was after I guess your arrival at Thunder Alley?
I do not recall.
Okay, but were you the first officer on Thunder Alley?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so your involvement in this case deals directly with Thunder Alley and then the stop where some marijuana was found?
Yes, sir. And the firearm.
Okay. And did you interview Mr. Weaver Jr. at Thunder Alley? The younger gentleman that is one of the victims at the earlier shooting at his trailer.
I do not recall if he was one of the victims or not at Thunder Alley.
Please. I'll review it. All right. You don't know if you interviewed Mr. Weaver?
He was the younger gentleman that I saw come in who was interviewed or on the stand before me. Is that correct?
Let me go off on a different direction. Maybe we'll get there. You did interview people?
Yes.
At Thunder Alley, okay. And from those people, you were able to get a description of the car,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And you put that description of the car out.
Yes.
And at some point in time, you were told that, based on that description, did you, and based on your be on the lookout, did you say that this individual could have a weapon?
Yes, I did, because based on the interviews from the people at Thunder Alley, he had lifted up his shirt after an argument and showed the firearm, which was under his shirt. And the argument was based on allegedly Mr. Ragsdale had shot up a house of some of the people prior to
Okay.
the incident at Thunder Alley.
All right. And tell us what you remember. Do you recall who it was that told you about him lifting up his shirt?
I have the name written down in my affidavit, as I recall.
Okay. I didn't read the whole thing. I didn't want to delay the court, but let me. I'm going to let you find it. Refresh your memory.
All right, so Mr. Weaver advised that Mr. Ragsdale approached him and lifted his shirt, displaying a gun he had on his hip,
Okay.
and put his hand on it.
And so now that refreshed your memory, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And do you remember Mr. Weaver Jr. saying that Mr. Ragsdale approached him?
Yes.
Do you remember Mr. Weaver Jr. saying anything about him observing the firearm while he was doing some kind of thrusting motions with his hip?
He said he had lifted up his shirt and placed his hand on the firearm, which was located on his hip.
Do you remember any kind of thrusting motion or any kind of?
I do not
vulgarity
recall
or
that
anything like
exact
that?
statement, sir.
Okay. Would that have been important for you to include it in a report?
It might be on my main report, but for the affidavit, which states probable cause, no, that was not important.
You did do a report.
Yes, sir, I did a full report
Okay.
to include victim statements.
Okay. And you, did you ever talk to Mr. Weaver Jr. after this incident?
No, sir.
Okay. So that's the only night that you've ever interviewed him?
Yes, sir.
And it was strictly about Thunder Alley
Yes, sir.
and what he alleged to you as an assault by the display of a deadly weapon?
Yes, sir. And then follow-up investigations have been conducted by the detectives division.
What was his intoxication level, do you think?
I do not recall.
Did you smell any alcohol in him?
I know it was in a bowling alley with a bar, so I don't recall whether he was intoxicated or not.
And were you aware that, and during their statement, or anybody that you interviewed that night, were you ever told that someone followed him out of the bowling alley?
I do not recall, no.
And last question, did you secure the video at the bowling alley?
We were unable to retrieve it.
What happened?
I contacted Thunder Alley a few times. I was not able to get the video from them.
They had cameras, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, and they had those cameras functioning that night?
The people working that night weren't able to get the video that night.
Okay, but you asked them for it that night?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then you followed up about how much longer after that you followed up?
And the following few nights, Officer Purtle, who was also a security officer there, tried contacting the owner, trying to get a hold of them to get the video as well.
And you took the lead in this Thunder Alley investigation, right?
Yes.
Okay. And they told you, what was the reason that they didn't have the video anymore?
I do not recall.
Okay, but you would have put that in your report, that you attempted to get the video and they were unable to provide it for whatever reason.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Brooks, any further follow? Thank you, Officer. You may stand down. Mr. Brooks, you may call your next witness. Step right around here. Raise your right hand and be placed under oath.
Can you please state your name for the record?
Detective Jim Gardner,
And where are you employed?
Dixon County Sheriff's Office.
And what is your position?
I am a detective.
And were you employed in that capacity on or about October 20th of 2024?
Yes, it was.
Did you have an occasion to respond out to an address on a shooting?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember what the address was?
It was on South Bear Creek. I don't recall, 1159, something like that. I'm sorry.
Pull that
I'm sorry.
microphone base toward you, if you can pull it close
Yes,
to you as possible.
It was on South Bear Creek. I don't remember the mailbox number.
Okay. If you would have wrote in your warrant 1454 South Bear Creek Road, would that
Yes,
be
sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Is that located here in Dixon County?
Yes, sir. It's in Dixon County.
And that was in response to a shooting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you get to the scene, what is your role?
I was on call that night, and I was dispatched out there because patrol was out there because the Weavers had called in and reported the incident.
Okay.
I was out there to investigate.
And was there evidence, once you get on scene, was there evidence of a shooting?
There was, it was 20 spent shell casings I recovered from the driveway. Yes, sir.
Okay. In the driveway area, you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You've heard Doug Jr. testify this morning. Would his testimony be consistent with where these shell casings were
Yes, sir.
found?
They had a gate that was approximately 20, 25 feet from the main road. Maybe another 20, 30 feet from that is where there was evidence of vehicle tire tracks in the gravel, and on each side of the vehicle is where the shell casings were picked up.
And were they all, I mean, were they located in one area?
Yeah, it appears that wherever they were fired from, the rifle and gun were in the same location because they were all discharged in the same spots from where they would have been standing.
Were there any indications in the driveway as far as a vehicle, you know, were there any signs that a vehicle came to rest at that area?
There were, in the gravel, you could see where a vehicle had backed up and pulled forward. It was too big a gravel to get a tire track, a tread mark from it. But you could see that one had backed in there and then taken off, and it had spun just a little bit. So you could tell that it was consistent with what was reported.
Was there any damage on the property consisting with shots fired?
In the residence, we found, on the exterior of the residence, there was a bullet hole in the siding of the trailer going into the residence to where the bullet would have entered the residence. There was a hole in the wall, and then we found a lead bullet laying there on the side where it had hit, excuse me, the side of a gun safe that was there, and it come to rest, its final rest, right there on the carpet and on the side of it.
And was that collected?
Yes, sir.
As far as potential victims, who was on scene when you arrived?
When I arrived on scene, there was Mr. Weaver, junior, senior, the wife, his other son, I can't recall his name. There were 7 people on scene when I was there.
Okay. And then, was anybody injured?
No, sir.
Okay. How
There
are
was,
you,
getting back to the bullets, there was another bullet that was located in the side of a tree, but we attempted to dig it out and couldn't recover it. But it was a fresh hole, and the bark was missing. So there was two bullets that we found up in the, and that was right in front of the house.
okay, so that tree, would it have been between the house where these people were allegedly at and where the evidence of shell casings were at?
Where the vehicle was parked, their driveway went around, and the house was parallel to the road, and that tree was between where the vehicle was parked and where the residence is at.
Okay. How were you able to develop a suspect in this case?
That night, they advised that there was 2 people that was identified as, they didn't know who they were. The following Monday, when I went out there, the store had allowed them to see the video, and they were able to put a name on Mr. Ragsdale.
Okay. Now, were you able to view this video?
I was able to get it that following Monday. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you heard Mr. Weaver's testimony concerning the incident at, is it Tuffy's?
Tuffy's Market.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
That's how I know it. Tuffy's Market, near the Bon Aqua-Dixon line?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You were able to view that video?
We didn't see it that night. There was another employee, and he didn't know how to operate the camera, so the following Mondays when we were able to get it when the manager was present.
But you said the victim had seen it in between that?
Sometime over that weekend, yes, sir.
Okay. Were you able to collect it and preserve it?
Yes, sir. I do have a
Okay.
copy of it.
And were you able to eventually view it?
Yes, sir.
What did you see on the video?
On the video, it shows actually Mr. Ragsdale's in the store, Mr. Weaver's in the store. The video, they're not in there together making contact with each other. They're just both paying customers that go up to the register. It shows when Mr. Weaver goes outside and the altercation out in the parking lot. Mr. Weaver gets some paper towels and appears, it's consistent with the story that he's trying to get Mr. Ragsdale to clean the spit off the vehicle. And then there's Mr. Weaver swings his bat and hits the side view mirror on the truck, and then they all get in their vehicles and just drive off.
Okay. Were you able to end up, like, the whole spit and blood, why is that even, why is that relevant to this case?
Several weeks prior to that incident taking place, Mr. Ragsdale accidentally shot himself. He shot himself in I believe in the lower chin. I think he lost a couple teeth and the bullet came out. So he still had gauze in his mouth and he was bleeding from that. That would have put the blood in the loogie that ended up on the driver's side door window.
Okay. Are you able to make out Mr. Ragsdale in the video?
When he's at the register, yes, and then the same clothing, you can see him out going towards the vehicle that he's sitting in.
And are you able to positively identify him to that video?
At the store, yes.
Do you see that person here in the courtroom?
There's
today?
Mr. Ragsdale right there in the red shirt.
Did you eventually make contact with Mr. Ragsdale?
I did not have contact with him until we took him into custody.
Did he still have injuries from that gunshot wound? Or?
Yes, he still had gauze on his face.
Did he say anything?
Just that he didn't have anything to do with it.
Okay. All right. That's all I have, Judge.
Mr. McGowan, you may cross-examine.
Yes, sir, I am.
And his mouth at the time of the gas station incident, it was wired shut. It had,
I don't believe so.
you don't think so?
He's shaking his head no, so I'm going to agree with him, no.
All right.
He was talking.
What's that?
He was talking when I talked to him on Monday, or whatever day it was. I spoke with him in person when we
Yeah,
served the
that's
warrants.
that's how you remember it, right?
That's how,
You remember him talking with no type of impediment at all?
Correct.
Okay. All right. And did he end up, this interview, was that after he got arrested?
oh, yeah, it was while we were serving the warrant, yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
He was
And-
Mirandized, and then I asked him a couple questions, and it was
But you don't remember him having any problem at the time? talking to
speaking.
you? Yeah, speaking.
No, sir.
Okay. And briefly, the video that you watched from the store, he never got out of the vehicle, did he?
Yes,
Well,
he was
I'm
in
sorry.
there was video of him in the, go ahead.
Let me rephrase that. That was kind of vague. After he exited the vehicle and got back into his truck, and Mr. Weaver approached his truck, he never got out of the vehicle at the gas station again.
After he was in the store and went back to the vehicle, no, sir, he did not get back out of the vehicle.
Other than the alleged spitting, the only person that, on the video, that seems to be
In the video,
violent is the victim in this case.
in the video, he is seen walking over to the driver's side window of the van.
Okay.
And then he gets back into his vehicle. It's a distance where you cannot see the spit, but later it was recovered off the window.
So was that spit saved? I mean, there's
Yes,
a
sir.
DNA swab.
Yes, sir.
Have y'all sent that off for testing?
It's been sent off. I'm sure they're done with it by now, maybe. I'll have to
Okay.
check on that.
And you said that there was a slug that was recovered from inside the trailer,
Yes, sir.
and that was saved in evidence.
Yes.
And that's been sent off for ballistic
It's
evidence.
been sent off, but it was too damaged to get anything from it.
And was that the complete slug, or was that shrapnel from a?
It was the lead portion of the slug, and it was damaged to where they couldn't even tell what the caliber was.
And you said there was another gunshot strike inside the trailer or
On the side of a tree.
inside of a tree?
Yes, sir.
So we have one in a tree, a strike in a tree, and a
Yes.
strike in the trailer.
Yes.
Find any others?
No, sir.
And how many shell casings did you find?
20.
How many?
20.
You found 20 shell casings
Yes, sir.
at the scene.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And only 2 strikes.
Yes, sir.
And then it's your understanding that only one one person was out in the front yard that could possibly identify people.
I was told that Mr. Weaver Jr. was on the front porch and Mr. Weaver Sr. was standing in the driveway. And I told you how the drive swoops around. You could see directly down to where the gate is from where his truck was parked. And he said he was at his tailgate of the truck when the incident began.
Well, Mr. Weaver Jr. never identified any specific individual, did he?
He identified the truck.
He identified the
It's the
truck.
same truck from
Now,
the,
has Mr. Weaver Sr. identified any specific individual?
he identified Mr. Ragsdale.
Or was that in a photo lineup?
It was on a lineup with me. It was on where the gas station allowed them to go look at the video over the weekend. And that's where I think they took a picture with their cell phone.
So the victim went and conducted an investigation at the gas station, looked at the photo at the gas station, and then
Yeah,
you were informed that he knows
they allowed him to look at
who
the
it
video.
was and where they live.
Yes, somewhat in that order, yes, sir.
And did he tell you who it was that told him the identity of the
It
Mr.
was,
Ragsdale?
it was a female that they ran with. I don't remember.
Do you know her name?
I'm sure it's in my report, maybe. I think it's on Mr. Weaver Sr.'s written statement.
Now, there's been some testimony, and you heard this testimony. I know this has been an issue. You heard testimony from Mr. Weaver Jr. that he doesn't know Cody Ragsdale. This is the first time, October 20th was the first time that he'd ever seen him, in his understanding. You hear him say that? Did you hear Mr. Weaver Jr. say that?
Yes, I heard him say it.
Okay. And has your investigation revealed that that might not necessarily be true?
There was, from what I understand, there was maybe some type of an altercation that somewhere in the past, years ago. And that was just hearsay, what I've heard.
But you didn't get that information from Mr. Weaver Jr. or Mr. Weaver Sr. or anyone from his family?
No, I think I got that from Cody.
From who?
Cody Ragsdale.
All right. And that altercation was what he described to you as an aggravated robbery. Something was taken from him at gunpoint, correct?
Yes. Well, not gunpoint. I think there was a taser involved.
Now, have you asked the Weavers about that?
Yes.
Okay. And they just denied that?
Yes.
And have they given you any kind of reasonable answer as to how it was that Mr. Ragsdale would know him and how he would know where he lived?
No, the area, they're both their residents are probably within a mile of each other. They probably frequent at Tuffy's. I don't know.
Or Mr. Ragsdale doesn't live within a mile of the Weavers, does he?
By the way, crow fly is probably pretty close to it.
How about now? Does he live there, close there now?
I don't know where Mr. Ragsdale lives now.
Okay. You know who he lives with?
I have no idea. He was living with his father at the time.
Haven't been keeping an eye on him?
No, sir.
Okay. Ballistics on the, there's been several guns recovered in all
Yes.
this. All right. Has the ballistics from any slug that was found inside the house or possibly in a tree, you just saw the strike in the tree, correct?
Yes.
So you only got one slug from the house?
Correct.
Partial slug.
Correct.
Has that matched in any gun that's been associated with?
The one that was recovered could not be identified. They don't actually use ballistics. They use the cartridges, the strike of how the hammer falls on the cartridges. And the bullets that were recovered and the two weapons I got, they're not matches.
Okay. They did not match.
No.
So any gun that has been associated with Mr. Ragsdale,
If you say any gun, the two guns that I was given, there's multiple guns and videos that I've never been allowed to see.
multiple guns in video. So there's the video from the bowling alley, correct?
Yes.
And well, no, we don't have any video from the
No.
bowling alley.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're correct.
That wasn't a trick question.
You're correct, right.
All right. There's the statement that he had a gun at the video. There's a statement that he had a gun at the bowling alley, correct?
Right.
And then at some point, we don't know how long, later that night, he's pulled over on a traffic stop.
Correct.
And there's a gun recovered.
Correct.
Now, did any of the shell casings at the house match that gun?
Different caliber, from what I understand.
So you didn't, so no need to even test it, correct?
It wasn't my case, so
Okay. Well, that would help your case, would it not?
when I found out it was not the same caliber, there was no reason for me to
Okay.
go any farther with it.
And then, no, said the same guns in the video. There's no video from the trailer. They told you they didn't have any cameras, correct?
Correct.
And so there was, I guess, at some point, he was arrested on the warrant, and there were some guns seized from his house.
2 guns were given me from his house, yes. His father gave me 2.
Did he give those to you, or
His father did, yes.
his father did? Okay. Is that when he was being arrested, or?
Same day, yes,
Was
sir.
that part of an investigation leading?
Same day.
Same day, okay. And those 2 guns, are you saying don't match?
The
Sure.
strikes from those 2 guns do not match the strikes on the evidence that was picked up from the driveway.
No further questions.
Redirect? Thank you. Detective, you may step down. State have any other proof? State has rested their case on the motion. Mr. McGowan, do you have any proof you wish to offer?
Judge, I was thinking about calling out my daughter to testify. I think most of the likelihood of conviction, maybe. I was gonna ask him about his personal.
You want to put him on for that limited purpose, I'll allow it. All right. Bring your client around. Mr. Ragsdale, come forward, raise your right hand, let's place you under oath.
And I'll keep it very limited. Mr. Ragsdale, what is your physical address right now? Where do you live?
1159 on Highway 46 South, Dixon.
Okay, and who lives there with you at that residence?
My dad, and then my baby mama and kid.
Okay, and you said a kid. You're a kid?
Sir?
Does your dad have a significant other that lives there?
No.
Okay, and how old is your child?
She'll be 1 coming in March.
Okay, and do you work?
Yes, sir.
Do you provide support, financial support for help
Yes.
pay the bills, pay the
Yes.
groceries?
Yes.
Okay, and where do you work?
Sam George Construction, LLC.
How often do you work?
Well, now lately, the past couple months, we ain't been working that much. He's still trying to find jobs to do.
All right,
This company's only been open a couple years.
okay. But it's construction work, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And that's been a little slow during the winter,
Yes, sir.
slower than what it is in the summer.
Yeah.
So were you busy this summer working?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Is where you live now, is that within a mile of where these other folks live?
I assume so. South Bear Creek's right down the road.
Okay, so that's where you were living at the time this has happened.
Yes, sir.
No further questions.
Mr. Brooks, you have any questions on that issue? Thank you, Mr. Ragsdale. You may step down. Mr. McGowan, you have any other witnesses? State have any rebuttal proof? I'll hear an argument.
Quickly, Judge, he was cited for simple possession. In September of 2024, he picks up these warrants for a shooting that had occurred, where there's compelling evidence that one did occur, and then he is one of the people that participated in said shooting. That happened in October 2024. And then the subsequent year, 2025, in February, there's another incident at the bowling alley where he is recklessly showing off firearms, placing people in fear. And that's corroborated by the subsequent contact with police where he just utters, is this about the incident at Thunder Alley? So he shows knowledge of what he's being stopped for right then and there. And then a subsequent firearm was located on his person. He has a trouble in abiding by the conditions of his release, and he is a danger to the community.
Mr. McGowan?
Your Honor, I know this is not a trial, and I'm not going to belabor and argue credibility of witnesses and/or lack of any kind of factual evidence. I know my client is wrong because he was apparently had a firearm, which he wasn't charged with, by the way, and he wasn't charged with the DUI. He was charged with simple possession and paraphernalia, and that's the indictment before this court. But I think there's some problems with the evidence in this case. I think there's going to be a lot of investigation that needs to be done. My client is young, but he is a father. He needs to be working. He lives with his dad. It's concerning to me. I didn't realize that they lived that close to one another. But I think the bonds conditions can be amended to at least an extent to require maybe GPS monitoring or maybe even require him to live in a different place with his significant other and his small child. But he needs to be out working, and this bond condition or motion to revoke bond, I don't think was filed until October of 2025. The Thunder Alley happened in February of 2025, and then the original incident was in October 2024. And he's been to court. Can't tell you how many times he's been to court, but this is the first time that he's actually sat down in front of a judge, and we've actually taken proof. I think he understands. I think his record on bond reflects that he can abide by conditions of the bond without it being revoked and him sitting in jail. Thank you.
Well, I would disagree with that last statement, Mr. McGowan, respectfully, because you say that his record on bond indicates the condition. The original charge was a possession charge and misdemeanors, and then he's been charged with the shooting incident, which is the much more serious situation because that involves reckless endangerment, aggravated assault, and so forth. And those are felonies. And then more concerning is this one, the docket number 2025 CR 82 from the February incident at Thunder Alley, where he has now been charged with aggravated assault, 2 counts of that, as well as the violation of the order of protection and resisting arrest. So the violation of the order of protection is certainly an indication that he is not likely to continue to abide by the terms of any kind of bond condition. Tennessee Code Annotated 4011 141 subsection D provides that if after the defendant is released upon a personal recognizance, an unsecured personal appearance bond or any other bond approved by the court, the defendant violates the condition of a release, is charged with an offense committed during the defendant's release, or engages in conduct which results in obstruction of the orderly and expeditious progress of the trial or other proceeding, then the court may revoke and terminate the defendant's bond in order that the defendant be held without bail pending the trial or without release during trial. And this court's opinion, based on the proof that has been offered to me, We're very lucky that there's not a homicide involved in this case. I suppose one thing I could say is that we're lucky that there's such bad shots. 20 shots that were fired and only 2 struck some sort of an object. Those shots may have been intended to be not strike an object, but the fact that one of those shots went through a trailer and lodged inside the dwelling place is of great concern to the court, because it could have struck and killed a child, it could have struck and killed an individual. In any event, the more important thing is that the proof before the court today is that this Mr. Ragsdale didn't learn his lesson from being arrested on those charges, and was aware of the fact that he had multiple aggravated assault charges pending, and still went into Thunder Alley, an area that serves alcohol on a regular basis, and demonstrated that he carried a weapon on his person. And the only reason to show that weapon was to threaten someone. And as a result of that, it is this court's opinion that the evidence has established that under 40-11-141, his bond should be revoked. So I'll revoke his bond and order that he be held pending. I agree that he's a father. He should be working. He should be doing all of those things. He shouldn't be doing what he's charged with. Shouldn't be carrying a weapon around to a place like that and showing other individuals. And the proof so far, at least by the standard I'm required to on this hearing, is that he did in fact engage in that conduct. So this court revokes his bond and orders that he be. Does he have a trial date yet? All right. Then I will let you set it with Judge Wallace. So. All right. So this next court date is February 11th.